The jacket was already in the back seat when I opened the door, and the smell hit me immediately, metallic, sweet, wrong. I'd requested the ride from outside the grocery store at 9:15 p.m. The parking lot was nearly empty, just a few scattered cars under flickering lights that buzzed like dying insects. When the black sedan pulled up, I checked the license plate against my app. It matched, driver photo matched, 4.9 stars. I reached for the door handle and noticed at first the way it opened too easily, like the lock had never engaged. But it was the jacket that made me pause, dark blue, crumpled against the opposite window. One sleeve hanging down to the floor. "Don't mind that," the driver said before I could ask. His voice was flat, almost bored. "Last passenger forgot it." I slid in anyway, pulling my own bag close. The smell was stronger inside, that copper tang mixed with something earthier, like wet soil. The child locks clicked as soon as I closed the door. I told myself that was normal. Safety feature. Nothing strange about it. "Could you contact them?" I asked, nodding toward the jacket. The last passenger, his eyes found mine in the rearview mirror. They didn't blink. That belonged to the last person who asked too many questions. My throat went dry. I tried to laugh it off. That's a weird joke, is it?" The car pulled out of the parking lot. But we didn't turn toward my street. I watched the GPS on my phone. We were heading in the opposite direction, toward the industrial district where the old meat packing plant sat abandoned. "You're going the wrong way," I said, keeping my voice steady. "No, I'm not." I tried my door handle, locked. Tried the window, nothing. The child locks were already on when you got in, he finished. "I know." My hands were shaking now. I looked at the jacket again, really looked at it. The fabric near the collar was stiff and dark, like something had dried there. And underneath it, barely visible, was what looked like a hospital bracelet, the kind they give you in emergency rooms. "Please," I whispered. "Just let me out." "Can't do that." He turned onto a road with no streetlights. Trees pressed in on both sides, their shadows swallowing the headlights. "You already paid for the full ride. I'll pay you more, whatever you want. It's not about money." I fumbled with my phone, trying to call 911. But there was no signal. The battery was draining faster than it should. 87%, then 71%. Then 54% in the span of seconds. I opened the Uber app to cancel, to report anything, but the trip details were gone. Just a blank screen where my ride information should have been. "You won't find help there," he said calmly. "The app can't see us anymore." "What do you mean it can't see us?" "We went off the grid 3 miles back. Right around the time you stopped asking where we were going." I hadn't realized I'd stopped asking. The fear had numbed me into silence. We pulled onto a dirt road in the distance. I could see lights, not street lights, but something else, flickering, orange, like torches or fires, and shapes moving between them. People? Maybe, or something shaped like people. The driver put the car in park but left the engine running. "Last stop," he said. "This isn't my address." "No," he agreed, "but it's where you're supposed to be." The locks clicked open, all 4 doors at once. I didn't move. Through the windshield, I could see the figures more clearly now. They were standing in a circle around what looked like a pile of clothes. No, not clothes. The shapes were too angular to deliberate. "You can get out now," the driver said. "Or you can become the jacket in my back seat for the next passenger. Your choice." What happens if I get out? He smiled for the first time, and his teeth looked too white in the darkness. You'll find out what happened to everyone else who asked too many questions. My phone died. The overhead light flickered and went out. In that moment of darkness, I heard something that made my blood freeze, the sound of multiple car doors opening somewhere nearby. Not his car, other cars I couldn't see, and then footsteps. Coming closer. I don't remember making the choice. I don't remember opening the door or running into those trees. But I remember the smell of copper following me. I remember the sound of branches breaking behind me, and voices calling out my name, voices I'd never heard before, but somehow recognized. When I woke up in the hospital 3 days later, they told me a jogger had found me unconscious on the side of Highway 17, 20 miles from where I'd requested my ride. They asked me what happened. I couldn't tell them. But sometimes, late at night, I get a notification on my phone. A ride request I never made. The pickup location is always the same grocery store parking lot. And the driver's name is always the same. I never accept it. But the requests keep coming. And one of these nights, I'm afraid my hand will slip.